Hello. Today I would like to share with you a few points about, that I find it interesting, which is going on or happened in the world. Well, I would talk a little bit about what happened in Vatican, or more precisely, what Vatican has done to the millions of Catholics in China. And then I will also mention the unrestricted warfare going on between China and US. Today I will talk about the capital warfare or financial warfare. And also I will mention a little bit about the presidential election and also the situation with Taiwan. Vatican, the so-called Holy See, the highest institution of the Catholic Church, they signed 2 years ago an agreement with the Communist Party of China, the CCP. And this contract they signed, this agreement they signed, is until today not disclosed to public, which itself is already a big question mark there. I mean, as a holy institution, whatever you do should be righteous, should be good for the people. Why you need to keep it secret? And particularly when you are making an agreement with one of the most evil regimes in the world. And part of the content was made unofficially public, and that is the Holy See accept the Chinese Communist Party to name or to nominate bishops in China, which Vatican has all these years, since the existence of this People's Republic, Vatican has always refused to accept it. Now they change after 70 years or so. And it is, I have some insight, so to say, insider insight in that, because I got the opportunity to meet personally the Cardinal Zen from Hong Kong. He used to be the Cardinal and Bishop for Hong Kong, and for also, in a way, care about China, because Hong Kong was then still pretty free, and so he could operate freely to serve the Catholic people in China also. And he is very, very knowledgeable about the situation in China, in particular about the situation for the Christians in China. And I met him about 2 years ago, 2018, in Frankfurt actually. He was invited by my human rights organization to be the keynote speaker in the annual meeting. And so I have a chance to be with him basically 2 days, and we talk a lot. And I mean, I must say, I was very impressed by this Cardinal Zen, a very righteous man, a man of wisdom, and also very compassionate and very truthful. So, and I also was much impressed by his courage, his openness in criticizing the Holy See. So at that time, he told me already, he said, well, that's 2 years ago. It is not confirmed yet that the Pope has signed that agreement with CCP, but there are a lot of rumors saying that. And then he told me, before he met me in Frankfurt, half a year before that, he was in Rome personally to hand over a letter personally to the Pope Francisco, where he explained that you cannot trust this Communist Party. This is they are the master of deception. So don't trust them, and don't believe in their words, because then you may not be able to protect the interests of millions of Chinese Catholics. And then he was already then saying to me that, if the rumor turns out to be true, then I have to say that the Holy See betrayed God, very strong word. And unfortunately, he was right. The rumor was true. So, he is still of the opinion that the Pope Francisco has not been doing right. He cannot just blame on this Cardinal Parolin, because Parolin signed the agreement. He's the main negotiator of Vatican, but without okay from the Pope, he could never sign it. So the Pope has to have a major part of the responsibility. And he also disclosed that Pope Benedict would never do it. But, different Pope are different. So I mentioned that because this marks a kind of seriousness, a Holy See or Vatican should be a pure land, and they go in bed with such an evil political party, Communist Party of China. So and this showed that, I'm sorry to say that this for me showed that how corrupt Vatican is. But maybe there's another reason that the Chinese communists managed to get some information, internal information about Vatican, so that they can use this, perhaps information or evidence of scandal to use it to pressure different cardinal. It is not difficult because, according to my information, all the telecommunication equipment in Vaticans are from Huawei. So basically, everything they talk to each other, the cardinal, the bishop, and pope, and so on, are all tapped by CCP. So this is our world. The next thing I would like to mention, because it's also historical, I like to talk about, historical significance. Maybe you remember that I mentioned that Donald Trump administration has determined to fight back against the unrestricted warfare CCP started 30 years ago. Yeah? Unrestricted warfare meaning you are fighting against, they are fighting against America and the West without using cannon and jet and rocket, but all the other possibilities, from hacking in internet to infiltrating in academic circle and media and so on. And then I forecast that America will fight back. Now, one of the fight back is America will tighten the tap of capital to China. And that happened a few days ago. What happened is this huge payment management company, a Chinese company called the Ant Group, Ant like, the little insect. This group, tried to enter the American stock market as an IPO, and Pompeo has now requested the President Donald Trump to stop that, to ban them, because they have a strong tie to the Communist Party and probably also to the army. And Ant Group is a very important arm of Alipay. And Alipay is part of Alibaba. So it's a huge thing. And actually, you guys should understand, Alibaba and many other Chinese companies, TikTok and all this, they have been able to become big because they enter the American stock market. And then they can get billions and billions of capital by selling their shares to the American public. So, and by that, they have managed to make many Chinese companies big. Now, because China is a one-party state, even the big company is private, but nobody dare to say no to the party. So, like Alibaba, if the Communist Party want them, hey, come on, all the people who have been purchasing in your system, I want their information, I want their data, and they will get it. So this is a fact, yeah. Talking about data and all this, and another important thing happened, which is for me new, and that is this time in the presidential election in America. It's for me. I was also surprised. Donald Trump campaign team, they have an account at Twitter where they spread information, of course, promoting Trump in the election. And Trump want to disclose all this scandalous information about Biden, Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who also, make a deal of corruption with the CCP and getting billion of dollar. And that kind of news, he want to spread it, or his team want to spread it through Twitter. And you know what happened? Twitter locked down their account, so they could not use their account. I mean, this is incredible. And why it happened? I tell you why. Because most of the big boss of the high tech or tech company, like Twitter, like Facebook, like Google, most of them are very left-wing oriented, very much influenced by communism and socialism, and some of them have very, very much contact with the CCP. And of course, I don't know exactly what deal they have made, but I won't be surprised that they have been making deals under the table. So this is our world. This is our world. Now, to round up the situation of the world, many people are very concerned about what is going to happen in Taiwan because it's very much tension there. Yes, the tension is still high, very high. Actually, recently, the Chinese Communist Party boss, Xi Jinping, visited the southern China, Chaozhou and the area there, which is basically the coastal area on the other side of Taiwan Strait. So, and one of his main highlight in his visit is to inspect a military base, a marine military base, where they have missiles pointing at Taiwan and ready to shoot anytime. And more or less the same time, the president of Taiwan, Tsai Ing-wen, she also visited a military base, also at the front. She visited a radar military base, the radar who should detect the first Chinese plane entering the Taiwan air. So, and encourage, of course, the people and make sure that they are of a high spirit to defend Taiwan. It's interesting, and the lead to Taiwan seems to be determined not to make kowtow, not to make, not to knee themselves, knee down to the big People's Republic. And as I mentioned last time, probably because America has again and again declared that they will not sit and watch, they will act. So this is our war, and we all hope there will be no war, but the risk is high because I'm sure Taiwan will not be the first one who start a war, because democratic society, democratic nation with respect for human rights and freedom usually are not the one who start a war. But on the other side of Taiwan Strait, there we have the world's biggest dictatorship. So, and everything is possible, particularly when a dictator is in a difficult situation. Making a war usually is for them a kind of solution. Okay, so much for today. Thank you. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and click like and support us by clicking Patreon. Bye-bye.